Bells and belts. What's going on, baby? We're coming back to you guys on a Tuesday. As y'all can see, my voice is not what it used to be, whatnot. But we're gonna make it through. I'm here with tag team partners, man up and gentlemen. Good evening to y'all.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Hope you get better soon.
I appreciate that, man. Doc Joey, what's going on, brother?
Living the dream over here. You know what it is.
Exactly,
Got my
man.
belt ready, but I'm
Yeah.
this week's awesome because I don't need none of this. We ain't gonna be looking at this. So
Exactly. We can put all that down because this collection that y'all about to see is about to blow y'all mind. I don't want to prolong this any longer. I, I'm not. Yeah. Let's do this. So we are very blessed to have with us this week. He's a podcaster. He's a referee. He's a collector as well. I could be only talking about Podwater Dave, Super Dave Miller. Dave, my brother.
How you doing?
What's going on, man? Appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to do this, man.
Wow, thank y'all for having me. This is awesome.
Shoot. Yeah, I got 101-degree fever right now, but I was not going to miss this. I promise you, I wasn't. I was not going to miss this at all.
Jeez, man.
I'm concerned for your health, but I appreciate the effort. But when I was a kid, I saw Kerry Von Erich go an hour with Ric Flair with 104 fever.
Yeah, so I literally have no excuse. Wait. As a kid, you saw that, man. Look here, we got so much to dive into, man. Man, let's hit the comments real quick.
Alrighty,
we're gonna dive into that.
Oh, hey, what's going on? This collection will be awesome. Ooh,
Absolutely.
Let's wait and see. Wait and see. What's going on there, Platinum? That's Earl Hebner.
Golly.
Oh man,
dang, you told it praise.
Oh man, so that kind of leads into so you saw Kerry Von Erich and Ric Flair?
I saw it many times. The very first night I ever went to the wrestling matches was World Class Star Wars, August of '82.
Wow.
It was Kerry Von Erich versus Ric Flair, 2 out of 3 falls.
Was that Reunion Arena?
Yes.
Okay.
I bought tickets the day of. We walked up to the window and we sat on the very last row at the very top of Reunion Arena.
Wow.
And I had conned my brother into cleaning my room. I had no intentions of taking him to the wrestling matches, but I told him I would.
Okay.
But I'd seen Ric Flair. I didn't know. I couldn't have told you who any of these guys were.
Right.
Because I was a big wrestling fan when I was a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
I got away from it during Saturday Night Live. And in '82, my brother was watching it when I got home from work. So Flair got on my nerves.
Damn. The irony of that.
Yeah, I know. He got on my nerves. And but my mom made me take him because the boy cleaned my room spotless.
Mm-hmm.
And on the undercard, we had King Kong Bundy versus Harley Race.
Oh my God.
David and Kevin versus Kabuki and the Dragon.
Nice.
There was just so much going on that show of people I didn't realize just how great they were.
Okay.
And I couldn't have told you before I got there which one was Kerry, which one was Kevin, which one was David.
Okay. All right. So the list of people I know who actually did this is like few and far between. Have you been to the Sportatorium?
Many times.
Okay. Please.
Like almost every Friday from 83 to 80.
Okay. Please. But I'm just like in awe of that. Please talk to us about that environment and that whole, because hindsight being 2020 now, the Sportatorium is spoken with such reverence that
it was hot in the summertime. It was cold in the wintertime. It stunk. People were chain smoking the whole time they were there. The concession stand had Jack's French fries, and if you've ever been to the State Fair of Texas, you know who Jack's French fries is.
I do.
Okay.
And so we had Jack's fries and with that watered down ketchup that he had, and
Damn.
the men's room had a piss trough.
Oh wow.
It was just a ragged. I mean, it was the best environment to watch wrestling.
Oh wow.
When I saw the Iron Claw, just the recreation of the Sportatorium gave me chills.
Wow.
Mm.
Oh man.
I mean, they got pretty close.
Oh, I could imagine.
But as I would go there, I learned that there was I mean, you'll see the section in there with the American flag on the wall.
Okay.
That was section D. So I'd get row 5, section D. And by doing that, I could stand up in my chair because it was just a bench.
Right.
But I could stand up on the bench and lean up against the wall and watch because everybody would stand up and I couldn't see. So I could look over everybody's head. But more importantly, when the Freebirds got the heat out of control and people started throwing drinks, there was nothing behind me, so I couldn't get hit with drinks.
I love it. I love it. See, you was working even back then. I freaking love it, Dave.
You only got to go home smelling like beer one time and hadn't drank anything, trying to convince your mom and dad you weren't out drinking.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
But it was a crazy time. I was there. I was at reunion the night they slammed the cage on Kerry's head.
You were there?
I didn't miss a reunion show.
Oh my god. You were there?
Yes.
Oh my god.
That was my second time.
Wow. That was an iconic freaking moment right there, man.
We were ready to riot.
Oh wow.
I mean, when he slammed that cage door, it was just it's a heck of an environment.
Oh my god.
I went, then I was I think my first trip to the Sportatorium was for Terry Gordy and Ric Flair.
Okay.
And I think that was in February of '83.
Okay.
And then I went to the Fair Park and saw Kevin versus Flair and Terry Gordy versus David Von Erich in a handcuff match. That's where Gordy got out of the ring and shoved that fan about 3 rows back.
Okay. I remember seeing clips of that. Talk to us about David Von Erich, because for everyone who I've talked to, everything I've researched, like he was a shoo-in to be world champion.
I believe that with all my heart, and you could tell if you go on YouTube, you can find his heel work in Florida.
Okay.
When he was early '82, late '81, early '82, he was in Florida as a heel. Feuded with Dusty Rhodes, tag teamed with Dory Funk Jr. He beat Butch Reed, he beat Sweet Brown Sugar, he beat Barry Windham. He was a Southern champion. He was Florida TV champion. He was tag team champions with Funk. And David, to me, was the most believable of the Von Erichs.
Okay.
And David became my favorite. I was watching Saturday Night Wrestling, and he just came out one night and he grabbed Gary Hart around the throat and pushed him up against. They were at the Will Rogers Coliseum, which was like where they had rodeos. And he just kind of pushed him up against one of those troughs, and the way that he spoke to him, and he gritted his teeth, said, "You disgust me." And it just David was so believable, so believable, and David all through '83, feuding with Garvin,
right,
feuding with the Freebirds. You know, it's just he was my favorite. And when Kevin took on Harley Race at International Star Wars, summer of '83, we thought it was going to be Kevin's rematch against Flair. We didn't know that Harley Race had won the championship till we got to the building.
Oh, wow.
You didn't hear that stuff back then.
Sure, absolutely.
So we got Harley Race defending. Kevin's hurt. David's trying to look after him. Harley Race puts his foot through the ropes and kicks David in the head. David gets in there, beats him up, gets Kevin disqualified. But now we're focusing David's attention. We've had Kerry. We've had Kevin. Now David's focused on the world title. So come Christmas, we get David and Flair. Flair gets disqualified, intentionally disqualified. Like he threw him over the top rope. David Manning wouldn't disqualify him.
Okay.
So finally he reached out and he got the ring what they ring the ring bell with and pop David in the head with it. And Manning had to call it at that. So in January, David said, he had talked bad about Mike.
Okay.
And he told Flair that if you could, he goes, "Oh, I think Mike can beat you. But if Mike can," because Flair said Mike couldn't go 10 minutes with him. He goes, "Not only can he go 10 minutes with you, I think he can beat you. But if you can beat him, I'll never challenge you for the title again. But if Mike can go 10 minutes or beat you, then you have to. I get to name the stipulations."
Okay.
Mike goes to a 10-limit draw with Flair. Flair made Mike look like $1 million.
I love it.
Because Mike had just started at Thanksgiving.
Sure.
So now we're rolling.
Mm-hmm.
David's going to get his stipulations. And this was in like mid-January. Then February 10th, David dies in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So Kerry got the shot that David was going to get.
Right.
And they used if Flair got disqualified, the belt would change hands. But that was just, I mean, seeing David be the first one to scare Kamala.
Damn.
Put the claw on Kamala. Kamala didn't want a part of it. It was just, to me, Kerry was built like a Greek god. I mean, he's shaped like a yield sign. Kevin was a high flyer.
Exactly.
But David was a man and a half, and you believed that David could back it up, and he also wrestled like a heel. I mean, he was a roughhouser.
I love it. I love it. Oh,
hey, Michael and James, thanks for popping in.
Also appreciate that. Yeah, we could literally do a show off of you talking about world class, and I'm all ears. I really freaking am, dude. So it's like, wow. So with the help.
Well, I just gave you a thumbnail of it, but 1983 was my absolute favorite year of pro wrestling.
I love it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Besides, so definitely, like world class was your go-to. So, as you went on, I see that you got into referee. How did that come about?
Well, when I turned 18, I went down to Doug's gym in Dallas because I heard that's where some of the wrestlers trained.
Okay.
And I was going to try to figure out how to become a referee because I wanted to be David Manning.
Okay.
I felt like I could do this. I didn't have any delusions that I could. I mean, at 5'2", 140 pounds, there was no way I was going to be a wrestler.
Sure.
But I could referee. And they ran me out of there promptly. So
damn,
because back then you just couldn't. And fast forward to 2005. I go to a wrestling show with my brother. He was personal training, and there was a wrestler named Stephen Murphy wrestling for PCW in Arlington, Texas.
Okay.
And since he worked with Murphy, he said, "Hey, Dave, we're going to go to these wrestling matches Friday night in Arlington. We'll see the guy, my buddy. I'm going to watch him wrestle." Well, as I sit there, I noticed that wrestlers weren't big anymore. There was guys, my size wrestling.
Yeah.
So little lights going on in my head, like, when did this happen? And I really enjoyed the show. Right. Well, I have two very good friends that wrestled, Mike Page and Joey Corman. They were the Overboys. Okay. And Joey Corman and Samir were Holomass. And they wrestled for NWA Texas, NWA Wildside. They traveled the country. But through the belt hobby, I had met Mike Page. Okay. I was buying Mike Page's belts from Russ Miller. Okay. And me and Mike only lived about 30 miles from each other.
Love it.
So one night I delivered a belt to Mike that he wanted to buy from me, Texas Heritage belt that Paul Bledsoe had made. Okay. Well, Paul Bledsoe had started. And I managed to get the Russ went and got the plates for me, and Milliken finished it for me. So I sold it to him, and we sat there at this restaurant out in East Texas. I can't think of the name of it now. I mean, it's a famous restaurant. Now I'm just having a senior moment, but it doesn't matter. After 3 hours of them telling me how horrible the wrestling business is, I couldn't wait to get into it. So Mike told me, go to PCW. They have a school. You won't get hurt. I mean, they won't screw you. They're going to teach you right. They're going to keep you from getting hurt. And I went in and started wrestling school.
Okay.
I'm going to wrestle. And I trained with a guy named BJ Turner. And then BJ left after about a month, and I started training with Lance Hoyt, who became Lance Archer, Lance Rock.
Absolutely.
Murder Hawk Monster.
Yeah, absolutely.
And after a while, Lance, he didn't discourage me from being a wrestler, but because of my age, he didn't.
Right.
I dyed my hair when I went to wrestling school, and I was clean shaven.
Sure.
I took a couple weeks off, shaved my head, grew my beard, and I come back with gray. And he goes, "Dave, how old are you?" I told him, I'm 40. And he said, "I'm not trying to discourage you because you can wrestle. I mean, you can do it if you want to.
Yeah.
But I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't teach you how you could possibly make money at this."
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these guys show up and it's their hobby. They want to do it on the weekend. That's them.
Right.
And you can do that, but they were working like an invasion angle from a promotion in East Texas coming in for the Friday night show. And the idea was they were going to make me a heel referee.
Okay.
Well, I went out and refereed between Michael Faith and Ryan Davidson.
Okay.
Nice. And after they watched me referee the first time, they said, "We're not going to do a heel referee." And I always wanted to be a referee anyway.
Right.
Exactly. So now I could be David Manning. So that's how it happened. I'll recommend to any referee, anybody who wants to be a referee, find a wrestling school, learn how to do the basics.
Right.
That'll keep you from getting hurt. Because eventually you're going to need to take a bump. Also, something could go wrong and you take care of yourself, or, it's just there's something to it. It hurts when you fall down in a wrestling ring. It's not a trampoline.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So it's good to know how to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think to what you're saying too, I think in my experience, because I was an announcer in the business for 10 years, it really helps you earn respect as well. If you've taken bumps, that's one thing about it. No matter what your job is in the business, if you haven't taken the bumps and you never worked even a match in a training school, anything like that, like nobody's going to really take you and respect you and put you and really want to put you on the road and do everything if you haven't at least paid some dues.
Yeah, and the guys know that that they need me to do something, I'll do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's why they like for me to referee their matches.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You've been doing your thing and whatnot for all these years, and you had a dubious honor a couple years ago, man.
Man, you talk about falling into a pile of crap and coming up smelling like a rose.
Talk to us about the Ric Flair's last match.
I knew I was going to get to referee a match.
Okay.
Conrad Thompson.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who. I assume everybody knows who Conrad Thompson is.
Yeah.
I know Conrad through belts.
Sure.
And we used to go to NWA. I met him at WrestleMania in New Orleans, the first one they had down there.
Okay.
And then we met up in Charlotte at NWA Legends, and we just hit it off.
Yes.
He's a great guy. And we've been friends, and our group chat started so we could coordinate the weekend. And that group chat's 10 years old now.
Wow. Love it.
Just a group of guys. They're my wrestling friends. We talk daily. Support system.
I love it. That's good.
We became Conrad's. We became what we called the think tank.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he went and sat in with Rick. We knew he was doing that. Mm-hmm. And he came back and he said, we talked about, maybe he wanted to do a podcast with Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Then he talked about Starcast.
Yeah.
And we came up with the name for Starcast. We came up with names for each podcast.
Yes.
I named Grill and JR.
I like that. I like that.
My friend Mark Nilsson, that's no longer with us. He passed away a few years ago. He named StarCast.
Okay.
But we were just part of Conrad's circle, and he called me and he said, and I was working. I'll never forget where I was. I was in Dollar General.
Okay.
He said, Dave, we're trying to put the card together. I need to know which match you want to referee. You want the Horsemen and the Rock and Roll, or do you want the Von Erichs and the Briscoes? And I said, give me the Briscoes.
Okay.
And everybody thought that I chose that because my world-class passion that I would want the Von Erichs, but it was the Briscoes because arguably one of the top 3 tag teams in the world.
Okay.
And I knew that was going to be the match I was going to have.
Okay.
So fast forward to StarCast the day of. And also, thanks to him, I got to referee GCW.
Okay.
I got to referee Black Label Pro that weekend.
Nice.
So after almost 20 years in the business, I was on 3 pay-per-views in 2 days.
I love it. Love it.
We get there and they're having travel issues with some of the wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've already lost Hammerstone.
Mm-hmm.
The Von Erichs are having a hard time getting there. So Conrad, when we get there on Sunday morning, he calls me after we have our meeting. We're ready to do StarCast. We have our meeting and he says, Dave, let me talk to you. And I'm already thinking, man, the Von Erichs aren't going to make it. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll get a different match though. I'm just glad to be here.
Right.
And he said, hey, tonight, just want you to know during the main event, we're going to bump Kyoto. You're going to run slide in count. And I mean, I just have like,
wow.
And then it hit me what he was saying when he said bump Kyoto. Oh no, y'all are literally going to bump him, and I'm going to do the Charles Robinson rundown slide in. Because at first I thought we're going to bump Kyoto and we're going to put you in there, and I'm like, because that would have been completely different,
dude.
So I'm just the emotions, and I thank him, and I walk over to my wife. And if you ever been in a situation where, if you just said one word, you were going to cry.
Sure.
And I was getting overwhelmed, and she said, what's wrong? And I'm like, and she said, something wrong with, and I'm like, not bad, not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
And I went to the restroom and I got in a stall and I freaking lost it.
Wow.
Because I knew that this was not an easy sell.
Right.
That an unknown referee is going to put the final 3 on arguably the greatest wrestler of all time.
Wow.
And not because of that moment, it was because of what my friend had done for me. So, and everybody in the group chat knew. I'm the only one that didn't know.
Wow.
He knew if he told me that I wouldn't be able to sleep, for one. Okay. But I'm walking around and I'm thinking I'm kayfabing everybody. I'm not telling anybody anything. I even told my brother, I said, just don't let mom y'all watch all the way to the end. Don't, after my match, don't quit watching. I wouldn't tell him anything else. And, but Cassio said, hey buddy, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm good. He goes, you really good? I said, yeah, I'm good. And I knew he knew, and he knew I knew. I'm not saying anything, nothing. Because that's all I need is for this to get out. I'm not, and I mean, all right. So yeah, man, I got to the Municipal Auditorium and walked out and just looked at it. And Jeff Jarrett saw me. And he came down the ramp to me. And the first time I met Jeff Jarrett, I asked him a question that insulted him.
Damn.
But I didn't mean it insulting. I saw him defend the world title against Tully Blanchard in 2005 in Tampa at Wrestle Reunion. Tully wrestles a different style. Les Thatcher told me that Tully blew him up. I just wanted to talk to him about the style that Tully wrestled. But what it came out was, tell me about the time Tully blew you up. So that's always been our joke now. And I'm actually friends with Jeff Jarrett. And so I mean, it all worked out. But he came up to me and said, all right, Palmwater, here's what we're going to do. Tonight, you're going to run down and you got to touch the ring and run back up and touch Tony Schiavone's desk. and you're going to come back and forth about 5 times, and I need you good and blown up before you get in the ring. And I just laughed at him and said, it won't take more than that. One will be enough. I'll be good to be not blown up when I get down the ramp. So it was crazy because Rick called everybody over. And I walked over, and Rick, he goes, who the F is that? And I'm like, I'm the referee. And then Rick goes, Kyoto's the referee. Conrad goes, we're bumping the referee. Dave's doing the run in. He goes, bumping the referee? I didn't tell me any of this. He's screwing with me. But I don't know. He goes, come on, let's go. We got to go back to my locker room, and we'll talk about this. So I go back there, and it's me and Kyoto, Ric Flair on a treadmill. No, on a elliptical. Jeff Jarrett, Conrad's wife, Jeff Jarrett's wife, and we're talking. And then they tell me Charlotte and Andrade are here. Go get them. So I have to go out and I have to bring them back. So now I got Charlotte and Andrade in there.
Okay.
And I'm just standing back watching.
Right.
And there's a lot of discussion how this match is going to go.
Uh-huh.
Trust me when I tell you, Rick was not drunk during the match.
Okay.
Rick did not drink anything all day. And that was his problem. The only thing I saw him drink was a Diet Pepsi.
Okay.
He wanted a Diet Coke. He laid it out looking like a 73-year-old man. He wanted to look that way. He appreciated what Lethal and Jarrett were doing for him.
Uh-huh.
And he didn't want to go in there looking like Superman at 73 years old.
Right.
So, and Charlotte wanted him to, really was pushing for him so all that, except he legitimately did dehydrate. I was worried. I was really concerned for him after the match. Mm-hmm. But there was lots of ego in the room.
Sure.
And Jeff Jarrett, and this is why Jeff Jarrett, he's on my Mount Rushmore of the greatest wrestlers now.
Okay.
Because I saw him take a legal pad, take the room over, completely draw everything out to where the hard cams and everything. And he just took control of all the egos and got everybody on the same page.
Beautiful.
It was the most beautiful thing in wrestling I've ever witnessed.
Nice.
It made me look at Jeff Jarrett in a completely different light.
Yeah.
Because I know his worth in pro wrestling.
You're right though. Jeff has a magical way of like breaking things down and like getting people to understand what he wants and what he's trying to do or something. I've witnessed that myself. Jeff has a magical way of putting stuff out there and getting you to getting everybody kind of to understand what's going on and stuff. You're right.
And even in that series, he made that match with the series and attacking Rick and bloodying him up with
I love it.
Genuinely stabbing him with the shoe.
Damn.
I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah. Oh man, Dave, I popped so hard when I saw you run in, dude. I'm like, oh my God, they come to 3. I popped so hard for that. Dude.
I appreciate that.
That was freaking amazing, man.
It was quite a night.
Absolutely.
It's all downhill from there.
Okay. All right. So we covered the referee portion and whatnot. Let's talk about Dave the Collector.
Let me put a button on the Ric Flair's last match.
Okay, yeah, please do.
Because that should have been enough.
Okay.
The backstage area was a zoo. I walk into gorilla position, and then we've got Dr. Tom Pritchard,
okay,
Scott Armstrong, and Road Dogg running the backstage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Freebird Michael Hayes is sitting there helping him.
Okay.
So now I got to be cool because there's the Freebird Michael Hayes. But I'm being cool.
Right.
So I keep on. I come back again. There's the Undertaker and his wife.
Jeez.
And there's Hurricane Helms. And I walk over to Helms because I've been friends with Helms for a long time now.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, it's crazy. This is absolutely crazy. So I got to count the 3 on Ric Flair's last match.
Uh-huh.
I got to perform in front of the Undertaker, Mick Foley, Bret Hart, Bully Ray, Diamond Dallas Page, Kid Rock, I'm probably not thinking of everybody, but how many people can say that they got to perform in front of the Undertaker sitting in the crowd?
I'm just saying.
I mean, I came out, be Charles, not Titus, be Charles, not Titus, be Charles, not Titus, made the slide. Because if I'd have fell down, I would have never lived it down.
Never lived it down.
I would have.
You'd have been your own name at that point, Dave. For real.
That was incredible night, and I can't. And Conrad to this day, I don't think he. And it's just him being cool to his friends. That's what he does.
That's good.
He looks out for his friends. He knew that I have a Ric Flair wall. He knew that Ric Flair is what got me into wrestling. And he wanted that for his friend, and I can't ever repay his kindness.
I love that, and we're going to see that wall momentarily. But talk to us about Dave the Collector. What was the first thing? What started? What's the drive?
I've always liked the belts.
Okay.
I wanted to buy the Cattle Barons one out of the magazines when I was a kid, and you couldn't mail cash, and Mom wouldn't. They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me spend. I think it was like $89 at the time. They wouldn't let me. My parents put their foot down on that. They wouldn't let me spend that kind of money on that. I would have loved to have that, because I always liked the belts, and it wasn't so much the world class belts, because they weren't much at the beginning. But it's when I got cable and saw Georgia Championship Wrestling, and I saw that loud television title that Jake Roberts had.
Very loud.
The Dome Globe style, but
yeah.
But then I was looking at Pro Wrestling Illustrated, and the picture of Ricky Steamboat for the wrestling album. Like they had a photo album, and you had Steamboat standing there. I didn't even know who Steamboat was, wearing that white Mid-Atlantic Championship.
Right.
That's the belt that made me a belt mark.
Okay.
And then, as you know, Southwest Championship Wrestling, I thought their belt with the cowhide was
different.
Then WWE, we got that, and then it was just getting to see different belts from different areas. And the national championships with the red, white, and blue leather. I really thought it was cool, and I'd get Pro Wrestling Illustrated, and hopefully I'm getting a belt picture this month.
Right.
And that's what made me start loving it. But then fast forward up to about 90, I want to say maybe 98.
Okay.
I found the Yahoo groups.
Okay.
Damn,
way before we had, we're the original Yahoo groups.
Damn.
And then they came out with Figures Inc. came out with an NWA Dome Globe replica.
Okay.
And I bought it.
Nice.
And you couldn't tell me anything when I got that belt. Man, I had it in my truck. I was strutting ass around with the belt. And this like the belt.
Sure, absolutely.
Because the history of that belt.
Yes.
And then they came out with the Big Eagle and the Intercontinental title.
Okay.
Coming out with that, and I got it. I got it the week of WrestleMania 17.
Okay.
So we're heading down to Houston.
Right.
I was living in Dallas at the time. I grew up in Dallas. I've been in Mississippi for 14 years, but first 42 years of my life I was in Dallas. Anyway, so I give my brother the Intercontinental belt. I got the Big Eagle.
Nice.
And we're in the Astrodome, and we're at Access, and man, nobody's got them.
Sure. Absolutely.
They've actually got them on display at Access that these are coming soon. I got one. And I'm so happy with my replica Figures Inc. belt.
Yeah.
And then I paid $10 for a charity to take a picture with a ring used belt.
Wow.
Which was the Big Eagle.
Okay.
The scratch logo.
Okay.
I picked that belt up, and now I know what a belt feels like.
Okay.
I'm like, whoa, how does the Rock do all that? And this is heavy. Well, we had a guy in the belt community. His screen name was Belt Stud.
Okay.
Stephen Vollier lived up in Nebraska, North Dakota, somewhere cold.
Okay.
He had a website that he built on Web TV.
Oh, wow.
Showing wrestling belts.
Okay.
So that's where the first time I'd heard about Reggie Parks and Dave Milliken and Jamar. Well, I find Jamar's website. And Jamar, if anybody's ever talked to him, he's kind of full of himself.
Okay.
He's a bit of an a-hole.
Sure.
And he said he can't be rushed. What he does is art. But if you want a belt, contact Reggie Parks at Midwest. He would be glad to take care of you. So he put the contact information for Ed Schumann on his website. So I called Ed Schumann and talked to him, and I'd looked on Dave Milliken's site, and I bought a 3-plate Texas Light Heavyweight Championship.
Okay. It's
kind of in the style of the world-class light heavyweight, and that was my first real belt.
Okay. I love it.
And I'd ordered the J. Marcel belt, the international cell belt, that took me 4 years to get. But I'd already, by the time I got it, I was very unimpressed because, I would buy belts and then turn around and sell them and get other belts. And I was just full into it. And then we went from the Yahoo groups to the Belt Marks board. And then there was the Flair for the Gold board. And then when Belt Marks shut down, then Belt Talk took its place.
Okay.
But a lot of my wrestling friends are still my friends today from those bulletin boards.
Okay.
I love it. Man, before Dave gets to walk us around, let's get a couple of these comments and some of these questions in.
Alrighty. Where we at? Okay. Good evening there, Ben. How you feeling, sir?
Ben Walker. Hey, man.
Yep.
Dave, just curious, what was your finisher going to be if you became a full-time wrestler? Ooh.
Boy, put him on the spot with that one.
Yeah, think about it.
Thinking. Well, I was going to do a superhero gimmick because Hurricane wasn't doing Hurricane anymore.
Okay.
And I think it was going to be like a leg scissors, jumping up to the shoulders and doing a victory roll.
Okay.
It was going to be the flying body press.
Okay.
All right. Max says, hey. He also said he missed taking bumps.
Sure.
Platinum Swords, do you want to punch Ric Flair when he wanted to do another match after your moment?
I was going to Nancy Kerrigan that old man if he tried.
That's a good one.
I worried about it. I was more nervous than a cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
Dave,
don't do that.
What's your top favorite 3 belts?
The Dome Globe.
Okay.
The World Class Texas Championship.
Okay.
And the World Class Light Heavyweight Championship.
Okay.
Also, what are 3 belts you wish you owned?
Ring used or
They just said
or just a collector's belt because there's not many left that I hadn't had.
Exactly.
Get it.
I can tell you 3 I wish I had back.
Oh man!
But no, if I was gonna have ring used belts, I'd want the Texas heavyweight, the Mid-South North American, and of course the Dome Globe that's on Triple H's wall.
Sure. Yep. There you go. Ring used.
Hey, Super Dave from John Fisher. Hey.
John Fisher, over 20 years on the boards.
Okay,
that's how far back that we go. I go back with him.
All righty.
Yeah. All right. Good deal. All right, Dave. Well, time has come. We're ready to take us around and show up this awesomeness. We're gonna switch this over.
Can you turn it sideways?
Yeah. There we go. Perfect. All right.
Hang on, I'm gonna change. Oh, I can. Oh crap.
There we go. There we go. Perfect.
Now let me get the volume up. There we go.
Awesome. Good deal.
All right. This right here.
Okay.
Is my Charlotte Flair wall.
Okay.
I own a replica of every belt that Charlotte's had.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
And I pray that she does not win the Intercontinental or the US. Because I don't have any room.
You literally have no room.
There's my 24/7 title. And the t-shirt I caught that Ron Killings threw out in the crowd.
Okay. Nice.
I knocked my granddaughter out of the way to catch it.
Wow. Wow.
That's her story.
Oh my goodness.
Papa, why you do that?
Those are from WrestleMania where Shane McMahon, they dropped money from the ceiling.
Sure.
And that's the DX shirt that I caught at Saturday night's main event in Dallas in 2006.
Nice.
And you can see that on Peacock, that Triple H throws the DX sign at me and I throw it back because after I put the shirt on.
I love it.
And I was on the front row. I didn't have to knock anybody out of the way on that one.
Yeah. Greg has needed to learn the hard way, Platinum Source said.
Bruh.
There's my Hogan shelf down there.
Okay.
With the 86. That's the Shop 86.
The Shop 86, okay.
And that may be one of the better replicas. I mean, that's top 5 replica that they make.
Okay.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then I've got a Hogan 85, which to this day is my favorite WWF belt.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna need to hold that Mega Powers figures for my Macho Man collection. So I'll get with you afterwards. I'm gonna have to hold that from you.
We can talk. I'm thinking about reducing a lot of this.
Well, if that's the case, I saw a figure earlier that I would want. I saw one earlier.
Don't tell man up that. Don't tell man
I'm just
up
saying.
that.
Show up at your house. Ask Ben Walker.
Yeah, ask Ben Walker.
Oh, look at you.
I've got. There's
That's how you
Andre.
got that New Japan Strong belt.
Okay, Andre.
I've got Andre from the Princess Bride.
This is a lot of Andre, though.
Yeah, I've got the Japanese figures that they came out with from Andre back there.
Okay.
Then there's Charlotte and Rick.
Good Lord.
Then I've got a 6-man tag belt that Russ Miller gifted me. He gave me one and Mike Page.
I love it. That is nice.
Yeah, and then
nice. The NWA Women's title.
I bought that from my wife.
I love it. Nice.
That's the one Jazz had, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jazz and Barbie.
Yeah.
Bambi, I mean. And then I've got that was made by Muhammad Zubair.
Hey, Muhammad Zubair. We know that. We know the guy.
Not surprised because that's a very nice looking belt. So
I've got Hogan up there. I've got Hogan and Blassie.
Love it.
And then I've got an autographed Hogan.
Okay.
And then I got his other superstars that had just came out.
Nice.
Let me move over here. And then on this side, I got the Heavenly Bodies.
I love it.
Autographed by Dr. Tom.
I love it. Magnum.
Yeah, I got Magnum.
With that North American you was talking about earlier.
And then I've got a poster that's autographed by, it was a comic book.
Okay.
Autographed by Magnum and Nikita.
I love it.
Rikishi. Then I got my Ric Flair robe that came with my belt.
I love it.
Mance Warner.
Yeah.
I got these Road Warrior figures from Japan and Ultimo Dragon. There's my Mississippi.
Okay.
And then we're kind of getting into Jeff over here.
I love it. Hey, that North American belt he brought to WWF TV.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually refereed a match with that belt when Mike DiBiase was the North American champion.
Okay.
And then I
remember it from when Michael
had New Day.
Absolutely.
I've got a whole shelf of New Day that's y'all can probably see it from the setup that when I'm on the other camera.
Mm-hmm.
There's my North American.
All right. Very nice.
Then I've got my wife made me a replica of the ring from Ric Flair's last match.
I love it.
Look at Jeff.
And I took the gorilla position sign off the wall.
I mean, you got to, you know.
And then I keep my Power Town figures, some of them in this. I got a world class ring. My wife made that. And then there's the.
There it is.
And
world class light heavyweight. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To my knowledge, Milliken only made 2 of them.
Okay.
And the first one he made does not have the globe as a relief piece.
Okay.
The second one, it is a relief piece like the original.
Okay.
Then I've got a 6-man. I've got the Freebirds.
Nice.
Autographed by Garvin and no, just autographed by Michael Hayes.
Okay.
Then I've got Hayes and Garvin.
I love it.
And then Hayes and Garvin signed the comic book one. I've got an American, some Bruiser Brody, my Texas Stadium.
Oh, wow.
Found a replica of Texas Stadium and put it up there.
I love it.
An old world-class poster.
Oh, that's awesome. With stunning Steve Austin. I saw that up there.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I was at his match with his first match with Frogman LeBlanc at the Sportatorium.
Okay.
The only reason I remembered Steve is because he was Chris Adams' prize student.
Okay. Love it.
And then I got another world-class ring that I bumped into it, so they all fell over.
Sure.
And then this right here is a cigarette lighter that says taken by force from Fritz von Erich. It's a Zippo.
Wow.
Fritz took that out of his pocket, lit a cigarette, and gave it to Jimmy Garvin.
Nice. Wow.
Then I have a David Von Erich T-shirt from World Class.
Michael Eldridge is asking, do you own a piece of the old Sportatorium?
I do not.
Okay.
I know somebody that would have sold me a piece of it, the sign, but I was scared to ask him how much it was.
Exactly.
You can imagine.
Because that's pretty much the Yoda of my collection right there.
Wow.
Those are the yellow and black tights that David wore from Christmas of '82 to Labor Day of '83.
Wow.
He actually won the 6-man championship for the Freebirds in those.
Wow.
But, I mean, if you see the yellow and black through '83.
That's epic, man. I love it. I love it.
And there's my Texas belt.
Okay.
Love it. Love it.
And then there's one like the one that David had.
Sure.
And the Intercontinental since Kerry had it.
Okay, sure.
And the Missouri.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Let's keep going around.
Aha.
I've got StarCast Super Show. Everybody on that picture autographed it. Then that's from Flair's last match.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got these pictures. These those are from the photographer that took them. And I got a replica of the Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair match of the year PWI award. And a replica of the.
Sure.
Then over here, Doug Halliday drew that. We lost Doug last week to cancer. He fought hard. I mean, most positive guy you'd ever meet in your life. But after I passed out in Chicago, and Orange Cassidy came and took a picture with me while I was passed out.
Wow.
I woke up and saw that on my phone the next day.
Oh, wow.
So that's why he drew that. And then Doug did a picture of our group chat that was a gift for Christmas last year.
Oh, that is awesome.
And then another Rick autograph. And this is from the Parade of Champions back in
I remember
2016.
that. I remember that.
I got to referee for Tim Storm on that one.
Okay.
And then it's just Bob Backlund and the chicken wing.
Nice.
Me and my brother holding the robe that Kerry wore.
Oh, wow.
We'll come over here.
Okay.
The U.S.
The New World.
WWE Championship.
Mm-hmm.
And then my United States, I had it re-leathered by Dan Kaminsky, Dan C. Ring the Bell Belts.
Okay.
.com. He did the leather red, white, and blue. So you see how
I see how it blends.
Yeah, he did a great job on that.
Very
mask.
nice.
Then I've got a replica Liger mask.
I love it.
My IWGP, which was the first belt I bought from Muhammad Zubair.
Okay.
Giving him a chance. And then I've got Okada's action figure autographed.
Okay.
I've got some Sergeant Slaughter.
Okay.
The WCW ring.
There you go.
Then over here, I got their pins of all the IWGP belts.
Nice. Very nice.
Then that's a mask from Japan that my friend Jimmy Sorensen, he went to Japan to for Muda's last match.
Okay.
And he brought me that mask back. And a replica tiger mask. Ultimo Dragon.
Okay.
There's a Ray Fury.
Okay.
Wrestle Buddy.
All right.
There's an autographed grappler mask, autographed Patriot mask. Then I've got a mask from Ray Fury and the mask from the Nightmare Jeremiah. Those are guys I work with here in Mississippi.
Absolutely.
And Ray's been on NWA and he's been on AEW, but not with his mask on.
Okay.
Then I've got the All Asian title or the United National. In the world class, they called it the All Asian.
Okay.
I was there that Friday night before David left for Japan. And he wasn't supposed to challenge for that belt, but they came out and said the NWA ordered Michael Hayes to defend the belt. And David won it with the claw and took it to Japan.
Okay.
So, I've got that Ric Flair Big Gold.
Okay.
That was a gift from my friend Jimmy Sorensen that I mentioned.
Okay.
And then I got the WrestleMania mini belt.
Nice.
And then with my Powertown Luthez figure, I've got a replica of the Luthez belt.
I love that. I love that.
And now we're going to swing over, which might be the main event.
Yes, sir.
I've got the WCW 92.
Okay.
I've got the Big Gold.
Okay.
That Big Gold was made by Danny Nixon.
Okay.
Originally, Mrs. B did the leather on it, and I had to have it re-leathered. And Ron from Red Leather did the leather on it, hand stitched. It's beautiful.
Nice.
I've got the United States belt that Flair had.
Okay.
Autographed picture of him and Steamboat.
I love that.
Picture of him and Harley with the 10 pounds of gold.
That was back at NWA Legends, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Then I've got a Ric Flair autograph with one of the Wrestling All-Star cards.
Okay.
The Vegas Big Gold.
Sure, absolutely.
The belt they used.
Yeah.
They used for when they blurred on television.
Absolutely.
The picture of me and Flair with my dome globe.
Nice.
His Hall of Fame. I mean, his first retirement picture.
First retirement picture.
Yeah, that's why I smirked us first.
Then I've got I've got my dome globe.
Okay.
And I let Rick sign the front of it.
Okay.
No, I've never let any other wrestler sign the front of any belt.
Okay.
But Rick belonged on the front, and then I've got lots of NWA champions on the back.
Good deal. All right.
And then just a collection of Ric Flair stuff here.
I love it.
And then I've got an autographed Ric Flair from his match.
Nice.
I got a Winged Eagle.
Sure.
The Intercontinental title. Not my favorite version of that Intercontinental title.
Thank you. Okay. You beat me to it.
Oh, Lord, here we go again. Here we go again.
I'm just saying.
He can't give it up. He just
I
can't
like
give it up.
the block logo version.
Okay.
I like the block logo on that one better, but I and then what's probably one of my favorite tag team belts was the Raw Tag Team Championship.
Okay.
Then I've got the Dame tennis shoes.
Wow.
An autographed Galoob.
Okay.
I've got a picture of him and Harley. Both of them autographed it. I've got all 4 of them autographed on there.
I love it.
I've got Hogan and Flair autographed.
Very nice.
Another Harley Race Ric Flair autograph.
Epic.
This is from The Gathering.
Uh-huh.
And that's Jim Crockett. That's Jim Crockett's autograph. That was a gift.
Beautiful.
And then I've got the original 4 Horsemen.
I love it. Michael asked, have you ever been chopped by Rick as a rib?
Have I ever been what?
Chopped by Ric Flair as a rib.
No, he don't like to do that.
Yeah.
And chops suck. I've been chopped enough. I don't want to be chopped anymore.
Exactly.
I mean, if Rick wanted to chop me, I'd take it.
Absolutely. All day.
Of course, we got the Mid-Atlantic because that's the one that started it all.
Absolutely.
I got autograph of Flair back there. Sorry for the dogs.
No worries, man.
My television title.
I love it.
Then I've got a tag and another tag. The Mid-Atlantic television.
I love it. It's old school.
Which would have been Flair's first singles championship.
Okay.
The old US
Yep.
silver. The Eastern Championship, which was the Mid-Atlantic belt.
Yeah, before it became Mid-Atlantic. Uh-huh.
And then a replica of the tag belt. A replica of the World Tag Belt. And I've got that US. And then over here, the Mid-Atlantic television.
I love it.
No, Mid-Atlantic tag. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And then I've got the legacy belt that came with the robe.
Okay.
Then up here, I've got from 2006. Whoops. I've got all 3 of the Von Erich action figures: the Terry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado, and Kevin.
Okay.
Texas brass knucks. Those are real brass knucks on the main plate.
I love that.
The guy that named Tim that made it for me here, he completely wrapped the whole belt in tinfoil, hoping he could get it to the post office since it had brass knucks on it.
Wow.
Then I've got a replica of the Southwest.
Okay.
Got my Tony Schiavone.
I love it.
And I need to get JR to autograph it.
Absolutely.
Then I've got the second Bojangles belt.
Okay.
My good friend Jay-Z, he gave that to me.
I love that.
And then I've got Harley Race and who is that? Rocky Johnson.
Okay.
And then I've got the Rock and Roll Express.
I love it.
And now we're going to come over.
Uh-huh.
There's my ring attire from when I was a manager, Dr. Phil D. Payne.
And
a replica of the tag belts that we won.
I love it.
The mask that I wore when I wrestled in a battle royal.
Okay.
Then I've got that US.
Absolutely.
Then I've got the 5-plate WCW, which is my favorite version of the US Championship.
There's Ravishing Rick Rude figure there too, Joey.
Yep. And then I've got.
Oh, I love that.
Like the one Fritz had.
Exactly. I like that.
Nice. I've got the new WWE shop Ryan.
Okay.
And I got that one autographed because he took a picture with me while I was passed out too.
Oh wow.
And I got Brother Love autographed.
I love it.
The Steiners. Hurricane.
Okay.
I got that Cody figure because Conrad's on the box.
Sure. Absolutely.
Jim Cornette.
Love it.
Got the restraining order.
Wow.
The restraining order Russo put on him.
Holy crap.
This is the Ram Network Fantasy Football Championship.
Of course.
I'm hoping my wife wins so I don't have to mail it out to anybody. She's still in the running for it.
I love it. I love it.
Another masterpiece by Zubair.
Absolutely.
My referee shirt from Ric Flair's last match.
I love it.
My wrestling boots and tights. That's the night I came out for the Battle Royal.
Oh, nice.
I've got the women's championship with Thunder Rosa's picture on it.
I love Thunder Rosa.
Oh, I do too. Awesome. I got a really cool picture of Camille holding that belt. When I was holding the belt, we got a picture, and she put her hand over Thunder Rosa's picture. My NWA referee shirt.
Yeah.
And then I got a couple Thunder Rosa micros.
Yes, she's a sweetheart. She really is.
AEW Women's Championship.
Yep, absolutely.
Up there, I've got her an autograph figure, and I've got her Chase. I've got one of the Chase figures, one of 5,000.
Okay.
Then I've got the AWA on real leather.
Okay.
AEW means.
Yeah.
That's their shop version.
Okay.
I got the red TNT.
Okay.
And I got one of the tags.
Nice.
And then we go to the Rock. Got Rocky over here.
Okay.
I've got the scratch logo. Put some Austin up there with them.
Love it.
Want to come down?
Big Eagle with the blue leather. Okay.
I love the blue block. That's my favorite version of that belt. And then I've got a Smoking Skull.
And you got the IPA. I love it. Please tell me.
That's the lager. The lager is really good.
Yeah. I've had the lager. Do you have the IPA as well?
I haven't been able to find an IPA.
Okay. Yeah, I've had both. They're pretty good.
That's my $1 million replica. That's the one that they first sold from Figures Inc.
Okay.
I've got it autographed by DiBiase and DiBiase Jr.
Okay.
And we were at an event, and we let DiBiase use it for pictures.
Okay.
And then I've got an AWA.
Sure.
And I love this belt. It's got the Velcro.
Uh-huh.
And I autographed Stan Hansen from Japan.
I love it. I love it.
I've got the New Day. Limited 483 of them.
Nice.
I've got the Bootios collection. Figures. The Funkos. They're killing me with this breakup. Of course, I put a world title on there, and then I've actually got a box of Bootios.
Be careful. Man Up has been looking for some Bootios, so now that he knows that you have it, he's gonna try to hunt you down. Just let you know.
Then I've got that's the shop version.
Okay.
If that belt was on real leather, you couldn't tell it was a shop version.
Okay.
That's how good those plates are. And Waterloo at the Hall of Fame this year, I got JBL to sign it for me.
Nice.
I love JBL.
Awesome.
He's doing a podcast with Conrad right now. He's filling in for Bruce, and it is tremendous.
I love it.
And then I've got my US spinner.
Okay.
That I gave to my wife because she wouldn't let me. She loves it. So I said, well, it's yours then.
I love it.
But that's the original one that they sold.
Okay.
So I think we made it all the way around.
Good deal, man. That was amazing.
Oh, and no, we haven't.
I'm sorry.
I got Cody and Dustin. I forgot the backside over here.
Oh dear gosh, yeah.
It's a stress ball kind of brick.
I love it.
NWO.
I love it.
I got autographed pictures Swerve.
Nice.
You won't see a whole lot of modern stuff in here, but I really like Swerve.
Okay.
Then JBL, Eddie.
All right.
Then I've got
autographed Wardlow, Britt Baker. I've got a Nyla Rose Chase.
Okay.
Mankind. I've got the Brainbusters.
Oh, yes, sir.
Bobby. Then I've got the Turnbuckle autographed by the Brainbusters.
I love it.
Then I got Paul Heyman in the Undisputed Era. I won that Doink the Clown on Whatnot.
Okay.
And they're quite collectible. I had no idea.
Wow.
And then I got Nia, and then I've actually got a Walter figure autographed.
A Walter. I love it.
Then I've got I had the Hall of Fame ring over here showing it off. It's the one in the Flair stuff, the Flair video game. And then I got the Mr. T, Masters of the Universe, and Kane.
There it is, man up.
Then I've got the Asylum Road Warriors.
Okay.
The Bell to Bell Road Warriors. Owen Hart. Then I got the Warrior and Superstar Graham. And over there on my desk, I've actually got Magnum and the Road Warriors and the big rubber guys that just came out.
Awesome. I love it, Dave. I love it. Let's get you switched back over. There you go.
Nice.
All right. Good deal. That was absolutely amazing, brother, man. All right. Absolutely amazing, brother.
Thank you.
I absolutely love it.
And I still probably didn't show y'all everything.
You probably didn't, man.
I got some in the other room.
Okay, yeah, you all you're doing is just giving us an excuse to bring you back, and we can definitely talk some more. Absolutely.
I took the bedroom over.
Absolutely. Pound Water Dave, the podcaster. Talk to us about your podcast.
2 years ago, I started a podcast, Talking Wrestling with Palm Water Dave.
Yeah.
I do it with Amy Vaughn. We started with Justin Davis, and Justin's no longer with us.
Yeah.
He referees basketball at school, and I don't know if our content might have been hard for him as a teacher.
Sure.
But it was just so he can come back anytime he wants to. But
yeah.
So me and Amy are doing it. We like to spotlight the independent circuit.
Absolutely.
We do cover some current stuff. We do some silliness.
Sure.
Fritz is doing a run-in. But we've had David Manning on.
Okay.
Which was we've had Dan Bynum on, who directed World Class.
Yes.
Some WCW, Ring of Honor. He directed the Bad Street USA video.
Okay.
And we're supposed to have him back on. We're going to do a deep dive into the making of Bad Street USA.
Oh wow.
But we feature independent wrestlers. We've had Tim Storm on, Angel Camacho. We've had a lot of guests over 2 years. We're real blessed that they come on. Well, y'all do a podcast every week, and
sure. Yeah, absolutely. You're over on YouTube, right?
Yeah, pwdpod.com will take you to my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Appreciate subscriptions.
Absolutely.
There's some videos on there. I took a chop from Angel Camacho.
Nice.
When we got to a certain level of subscribers, I took a cannonball from Vladimir Koloff.
Jeez.
That's where I'm an elderly came from, because I was trying to talk him out of it. And then I said, I'm an elderly. So it's not misspelled, that I know it's supposed to be Ann. But that's how I said it. That's my thing, is I'm a elderly.
I love it. That was gonna be my next question. Was my that? So I appreciate you.
It's just a quote.
I love it. Oh yeah.
Jump in the Pond. Jumpinthepond.com is where we have our merch.
Okay, good deal.
And but we have a good time with it. And they say that people make money in podcasts. I can't tell, but
I love it. Good deal. All right, Dave. But we definitely appreciate appreciate the time. We appreciate you showing that massive collection.
Thank y'all for having me on. This has been fun. I don't get to see this side of StreamYard. I didn't know if I could. I never knew if my guests could hear me in the waiting room.
But yeah, man. So yeah, StreamYard boys. StreamYard making hopes and dreams over here. I love it.
I love StreamYard.
Absolutely, man. Keep doing what we're doing. Also, if everybody else, we want to thank Dave for stopping by, sharing with us. As always, we thank everybody for tuning in. We ask everybody to continue to support us. Here at Bells and Bells via our group page, our business page. Over on Twitch and on Instagram. If you're watching this video, please hit that like button. That'll definitely help us with the algorithm. So we definitely appreciate that. Gentlemen, man up, Joy. Any final words?
Man, I want to say thank you, Dave, once again. We will have you back on one day soon. Whenever your schedule opens up, please let us know.
Yeah,
I just subscribe to your page.
We'll definitely return the favor.
Absolutely. I would definitely want to dive into some of that more of that world class.
Anytime.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad to come on. I enjoy this, and I can't thank y'all enough for letting me come on and show off my belts. And it's just I enjoyed it so much, and I can't thank you enough. And good luck to what y'all keep doing what y'all are doing.
You as well, Dave. We appreciate you. Yeah, we definitely going to bring you back. As we move off into 2025, man. So,
well, happy holidays to you. I hope y'all get all the belts y'all want for Christmas.
I love it. So everybody else, we thank you for tuning in. So for Power Water Dave, for Joy, for Man Up, I'm your boy Cedric D, and we will see you guys here next week here on Bells and Belts.
You know it.